Hey, this is Tim, reading Words of Grace today from study, and I wanted to start our year with a couple motivational videos to help us get into the Bible each day. Okay, so we're going to consider one of the reasons that we need to be in the Word each day today, and I want to use the illustration of salt to help us with that. I'm reading a good book by Mark Kurlansky about salt, the history of salt. Actually, he's at one point when writing this, he lived in New York City. I don't know where you are, Mark, but thank you for this history of salt. Really fascinating concept, this NaCl and the way it's affected human history. You need salt. I realize we can eat too much salt, and the McDonald's fries and everything extra size, you could go overboard and it can actually hurt you. But your body actually needs salt. He says that your body is made up of 3 to 4 salt shakers of salt. You have that much salt in you. That's my favorite salt from Trader Joe's. I don't know why this one tastes better than the others. Pink salt crystals. Anyway, you have salt in you, and you're constantly using it for respiration, for digestion. Mark mentions it actually, if you don't have it, you'll die. But what I found fascinating too about this NaCl compound, if you do not have one, and you just eat chloride, if you take the Na out and you just have Cl, chlorine actually is a deadly gas. It's poisonous. It's when they're combined that you have an equation that the body needs. It reminds me of the essential nature of the Word of God. It is something that you need. It is something that I need. We cannot do without. It is not something that you can overdo. You have to have the Word in your heart on a daily basis. You know what? Often the Bible talks about, I just finished 2 Corinthians, Paul talks about Satan coming as an angel of light, and actually he says this about false teachers. There are false apostles, deceitful workers disguising themselves as apostles of Christ. No wonder, for even Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. Therefore, it's not surprising if his servants, Satan's servants, also disguise themselves as servants of righteousness. So there's this satanic ploy to look good. To actually, Satan does this. He did this to Eve in the garden. He quoted the Word of God, but distorted it. He did this to Jesus in the desert. He quoted the Word of God, but he quoted it out of context. And so false teachers will try to actually use the Word of God and appear very pleasant as an angel of light as they weave incorrect, improper teaching, that which would be distorting the gospel of Christ. So you need to be in the Word daily so that you are not deceived by Satan's ploys. Think of a few other passages I'll leave with you that talk about this. Galatians 1:17, Paul warns that some will distort the gospel. 2 Peter talks about apostles that are false apostles. Acts 20, Paul tells the Ephesian elders to be careful about those who would come from among them to teach things that would be false. Even wolves in sheep's clothing. And so we need to be careful to be Berean believers who are more noble than those in Thessalonica because they search the scriptures daily, seeing whether these things were so. So make the Word a priority in your life today. It's for your good, healthy, spiritual diet. And that does include every Sunday being connected to a Bible-driven church. But that includes you daily being in the Word, feeding your own soul from that which is the apostles' teaching. God bless you today. May this be a year where you grow deep in the faith and the grace that comes from that healthy diet of the Word.